Hey, my name is Rory, and I just want to talk to you about what we've discovered with seed oils, and they are bad for you. Now, I don't want this to be all doom and gloom. We got solutions, all right? And this comes from how we lived. And I'm sitting here in front of you, and what the solutions that we found. I've lost over 75 pounds. My wife is losing weight. We're both feeling, looking better. But we learned a lot of things that we want to shout out to the world. And that's this. Our foods are being produced in a way to hurt us, make us sick, so that we become a forever customer of the greedy companies that own these foods. There are 10 companies that control most of the foods you see in the grocery store. And it's up to us what we consume, right? We are what we consume. If we watch bad things, we're gonna have bad things in our head. If we're watching wholesome things, we're gonna get wholesome things in. We eat better, we're gonna have better results. And we've been lied to. We've been told that seed oils are better for us, that butter is bad, that red meats are bad, that salt is bad. And the more research we do, the more we find out that it couldn't be further from the exact opposite. Now, seed oils are harmful. They take years to come out of your body, and they build up and they affect us in major ways. And I'll just give you some basics. You're going to go down hopefully you go down the research, see some information that's below, but also go on your own and find out the truth that you shouldn't be consuming these. Now, it's really hard not to. They're in everything. All right? And when I talk about seed oils, I'm also going to throw in there like vegetable oil is not good either. It has harmful effects to us. We got to be really careful what we eat. Now, if you're having like butter, like that's good for you. No one ever died from eating butter. Okay? And also, it doesn't add to obesity. Quite the opposite. We should have red meats. They're wholesome for us, and we get the most amazing dense protein. Now, that being said, our food supply means everything. You want to know where you're getting your meat. We're going to suggest some places where we have found incredible nutrient-dense beef. And you have to understand there's a difference. You know, grass-fed, grass-finished, yeah, that sounds great. But sometimes they're in a big, huge warehouse. They're not necessarily roaming, and they just got the grass cuttings that come to them. You want it from the free range where they're roaming several thousands of acres, because here's what you need to understand, and this should make absolute sense. The grass they're eating is going to replenish itself, and it can tell based on the saliva from the cow, for instance, on what they need nutrient-wise, and the earth delivers and brings it back in. There is a very symbiotic situation with earth and its animals and plants. And when you mass produce it and you take away that element, we're taking away the very nutrient denseness that we were meant to consume. God's provided everything. So when you can get beef that's been raised on all these acres, it's being, moved from one area to grazing to another area, and it comes back to get the nutrients it needs, it's going to make the beef even better because it's going to be getting the things that it needs to be inside of there. Not just, we don't think about it, mass produce it. It's being done the right way. All right? Now, buffalo used to be the most dense meat on the planet. Okay? Now, I can go into the horrible history on why we wiped out all the American buffalo, but they would graze, right, and go along and come back in these big, huge things, and it was great for the soil. It churned it up, it did all the things, and then the soil gave it the bison, the nutrients it needed to be very stout and healthy. Okay? There are absolute ranchers that have learned this again, brought it back into existence, and they sell their meat to us. You'll see the information below. Now, I'm going to go over the seed oils and the foods. They're horrible. And the more you read about them, it's going to be there. I mean, I'll put this canola oil, which is like in everything, it seems. It's really called the rapeseed oil. Rapeseed sounds horrible. Well, because it is. And it was designed to be a fluid for engines, okay? It withstands great amounts of heat. Great for an engine. Not ours, not our bodies. All right, our bodies are temples, they're not machinery. And it has harmful effects with the buildup. We're seeing it more and more. And also, if you look at mental illness and the increase in mental illness, there seems to be a very sick parallel to how much seed oils are being released and what mental illnesses are increasing. So then we have food manufacturers that are spending hundreds of millions of dollars in food science, creating a more addictive product, mass-produced, ultra-processed product that has these oils in it and other additives and chemicals to make us more addicted to them. And they also make us sick. Do the research. Why are we so fat? Why is America leading towards, a high obesity rate? Obesity is the number one killer now. Obesity causes issues. We all know that being overweight isn't healthy. It's not good for us. It puts a lot of strain on all of our systems. And so why are we going to be eating seed oils, which the number one problem with seed oils is how much inflammatory outcome comes from there. Now, when we're inflamed, our body is not producing the energies and the efficiencies, and it's also putting all sorts of stuff into our fat storage and not utilizing it. It's making us sicker. We want to have we want to have anti-inflammatory, not inflammatory. And so if you're taking oil on top of oil on top of oil that are all based on this high omega-6 and inflammation, it can't be good for you. Now, go do the research. Do more. I heard these things for years and I thought, nah, why would they lie to us? Well, the tobacco company lied to us forever, saying the cigarettes. You guys, they used to have cigarettes in the surgeon's mouth while he was doing surgery because they were health sticks. They convinced us that these were the best things ever for our health. Now, we know that they're not. They kill. And why do cigarettes kill? It's the chemicals and all the additives they put in with the tobacco that causes us to get heavily addicted to them, emotionally addicted to them, and then it causes all the health issues with our lungs and so on, right? Okay, well, those same companies went and bought our food companies in '85 and then added all these chemicals to them to make us addicted to them. Chemicals that aren't good for us. And then add in the sugars and the maltodextrins and the sugar byproducts that are basically poisoning our bodies even more. Do the research. It's not good. We should be eating as raw of ingredients as possible. Fewer ingredients, necessary. I've been told by great nutritionalists a couple of things, and I just want to share a couple of them right now just to add sense. If you look at the ingredients and it's not something you can make at home, you probably shouldn't be eating it. Butter's great, right? We got to be careful on our grains. Red meat, great, right? High protein, the chicken, great. Red meat's better, but chicken's great too. Good solid proteins. And if you eat a lot of protein, it fills you up and it gives your body what you need. You almost can't eat too much protein. Not we should be cutting out our diet or have it on a rare occasion. No. And salts, if you know what happens when you have too much salt, your body releases it. It'll just pee it out. But the lack of salt, the lack of hydration, causes other issues. Too much salt isn't going to cause you a problem. Not enough salt? Yeah. Now, I'll let you guys know, if you go over to McDonald's and get their salt packets, they're poison. Look at the ingredients. It's not the salt you need. We all know that Celtic salt is the best salt for us. Use it. Do the research. More and more people are coming out and saying it, and we're putting the message out there. So, all these foods are being programmed to be, and I say program, food programming in there, right? They're putting the right stuff to make us addicted. They're putting chemicals in there to make us addicted. We have a product line that we stand behind called Bella Vita. And it's our biohacking products you'll see below. I've lost over 75 pounds thanks to these products, and it's helped us to fight the sugar cravings and all the addictions in the foods. When you give yourself proper nutrition that is delivered in such a delivery system that you'll see below, it's unbelievable the health benefits. And I think that anybody that's been eating processed foods, you're going to need help to get away from those. And that biohacking product line we have to share with you is it. Now, we're going to constantly be looking and adding more and more things to help people with this. There's different marketplaces and manufacturers that are creating very good foods that deliver right to your home so you can get an assortment and keep the value and the variety up without doing the harmful chemicals and oils. We're here to take a message around the world. We all need to wake up. We also need to stop consuming the bad stuff so that our dollars will dictate that they make better products. If we stop buying the crap, they'll start they'll have to stop selling it because no one's buying it, and they're going to like listen to us as a consumer. Capitalism rules. We get to vote with our money. Don't buy the crap. Rise up, spread the word. We want better products that they used to have. We let them know we're knowledgeable. Give them to us, or we're going to get them somewhere else. Take a stand. This is humanity we're talking about. This is the quality of life and longevity, the hopes and dreams, the American way, all the things that we believe in from our forefathers before us. It is all comes down to what we eat and our environment. We are what we consume. Let's make it a better place. God bless.